homeowners are allowed to return. Good evening to you. I'm Dan Kleckner. Stephanie has the night off. In just a moment, we'll check in with reporter Kelsey Watts, who is live in Elmer City right now. But boy, it's a different story tonight west of Spokane near Cle Elum, where today was a critical one for firefighters on the front line of the Taylor Bridge fire. Here's where that fire currently stands. 22,000 acres, 900 firefighters on scene, 25% containment, 100 structures destroyed, including 60 homes. Now, close to 500 people have been evacuated. KHQ's Blake Jensen talked with several of those evacuees. Blake, what are they saying tonight?
Dan, after spending several days here in the community of Ellensburg and Cle Elum, I can honestly tell you the number one word that comes to my mind is resilience, and that's a sentiment that's being echoed all across this community. Incident Commander Rex Reed teared up last night at a public forum when speaking about his community's strength. He mentioned seeing strangers helping strangers, evacuees helping other evacuees, but most importantly, he noted neighbors just trying to help their neighbors in whatever way that they could, and continuing to do so even with the threat of more evacuations looming.
But at the moment we weren't really scared. It was like we automatically were like, we got to get everybody awake. We were just automatically, we got to get people out.
Amber and John live in Sunlight Waters, one of the hardest hit areas in this fire and where the majority of the homes lost were located. They were evacuated on Tuesday morning as they watched flames approach their home. Since then, they volunteered their time at a shelter for other evacuees, still helping others even though their home is still under threat.
I used to fight fire right along with them out there that are trying to protect our home. And I stepped away from it, but I still feel like I should be able to contribute.
Right now, their home is still standing, but they're still not being allowed back until it's completely safe. The head of the fire has now moved on to another community, Hidden Valley. People there were evacuated yesterday, and the fire still continuing to move north. We're standing right here on the northern flank of the Taylor Bridge fire. Just a little bit farther to my north is the town of Liberty, which is already under a stage 2 evacuation notice. This fire, by this evening, could be moved through here and into the town of Liberty. Only about 8 people live in Liberty full-time, but those 8 are ready to leave at a moment's notice.
We were all packed up last night, had the car all packed up, and Carol wanted to leave, and I talked her into staying, but we had to finally go down and look at the fire before she would believe it wasn't coming up the valley at us.
And while they haven't had to leave just yet, if they do, this community as a whole has already shown they'd be taken care of.
There's other people. It's not just me or him. It's the whole community. If you reach out to anybody right now in this community, they're going to get right back to you, and they're going to do everything they can to help you.
Now, right now, we are standing on the edge of Sunlight Waters where John and Amber live, and we were told that they may be able to return to their home within the next 48 hours. And as for Wesley, if you take a look behind me where the fire is still burning the strongest, right over that ridge is Highway 970. Right along Highway 970 is the town of Liberty. And while the fire still about 3 miles away from Wesley's front door, a simple shift and pickup in the winds could force him to evacuate as well. Reporting live here in Cle Elum, Blake Jensen, KHQ Local News.
Well, Blake, thank you. It's also